Hello everybody, this is VerticalSandwich, and somebody requested a video about my hookup for stuff, and so I thought that it would be a good idea to kind of run through that since I kind of wanted to rewire everything anyway. You know, it kind of helps to show, because one of the big problems with running a capture card is running a capture card through your television and through and into a computer. So in a couple steps I'm going to show what I'm doing. First off, what I use is an old, you can see here, and I can't really get a lot of lighting in here in this dark cabinet, so we're going to kind of run through, you can see my, what I use for my video splitting is a VCR. I use an old Hitachi VCR. You can see it was bought as is, works for $8. And if you look at the back here, which we will do, you can see that there's just two sets of wires right now. Those sets of wires, first I have an antenna cable right here. And that cable, it goes into the back of my TV. It comes out of the antenna out section of the VCR and goes to the television. And then this set of cables, the coaxial cables, or what, I don't know, the tricolor cables, they actually, if you follow them down here, they come out right here on the floor, on the speckled carpet. And this is what I'm going to plug in to my capture card, which then plugs directly into my tower. So, and then what that leaves me, and this is really important, this is the part that is super important. And what it leaves me is it leaves me a second input jack section here in the back of the VCR, and then it leaves me a front one. So I can actually have on two auxiliary channels on the VCR, I can have two game systems hooked up at once, one on channel auxiliary 1 and one on channel auxiliary 2. Usually what I do, what I've had in the past was I had the PlayStation 2 hooked up in the back, and what I'm going to do is I want to switch over so that the Wii is hooked up in the back, and then, because the one in the front is the one that's always accessible, so this is the one that I'm going to want to change out all the time. So what I want plugged into there is the PlayStation 2, and then I can switch between the PlayStation 2 and the Nintendo 64, which is sitting right here with Donkey Kong Country 64 in it. If that isn't a beautiful retro gamer site, I don't know what is. And then I can also use the plug that I use for the 64 is the exact same as the Super Nintendo, which actually is down here. If you see it, there's my Super Nintendo. And then obviously the PlayStation will just always be hooking up with kind of the cords dangling. When I want to play the PlayStation 2, I'll just pull these out and put new plugs in. So, what we're going to do then, and I can't do this while recording, but what we're going to do is take the Wii plugs, which are right here, you can tell, because they're nice and gray. They're, you know, and hook them up exactly as these are, and then when I come back, I will have this kind of hooked up, and we'll go through kind of the step 2 of what I'm doing. Bye. Alright, so there we go. There are Wii plugs plugged in, and you can see here is our Wii, whatever, our indicator or our deal. Although at this point I have just realized that I don't see the power plug for the Wii, and that's because it's hanging down here. I don't even know what I'm filming anymore. The Wii plug is back there. Alright, so there's our Wii power plug ripped out of the back of the thing. And so, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to turn this back. So there we go. We've got everything turned back. And then we can set the Wii up here and plug it back in it when we want. So, that is essentially the way I split cable. Now, there's an alternative. What you can do is, if you want to run, if you can get your tower close enough to your TV's input signals, or if you have input on the front of your TV, I don't. what you can do is you can actually just split the yellow cable. Like, the key to that is your yellow cable. Your yellow cable is your video cable. And if you buy like a $6 or like a $3 or whatever they cost splitter from a Radio Shack, you can split the video from the yellow cable coming out of your television, or going into your television. You can split the yellow cable off the capture card and plug split it off the game system and plug one end into the capture card and one end into the TV, and then you'll have TV with no audio. And now when we come back, what I'm going to do is I'm going to have this all hooked up again, because like I'm just going to hook the Nintendo 64 back up and the Wii back up and things like that. But then what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to run you through what I do as far as video processing, because it's pretty simple once you get the hang of it, but it's pretty complex stuff. And I'll run through that. So then we'll have a good kind of idea of that. And then this will be a good template for you guys to ask questions, things like that, if you want to know more about what I do. So, there we go. Bye, everybody. Hello. Okay, this one is going to be a little tricky. As you can see, this is just, standard computer screen. A bunch of garbage. Actually, some of these things I don't even know how they got on. Well, I know how they got on here. They got on here from their previous owner. So, what I do with, let's see about, I don't want to do that. There's a, okay, so the way that, this is going to be really messy. The way that things get kicked out by the Dazzle DV500 is they come out with these numbers, these random numbers. And then what I do is I use the sequence that they were shot in, like I use the time signature of the file, to give them different names and name them things that we'll see. Well, if we just scroll down, you will see that I name things, like DK16. Can you see that? Yeah, DK16. DK7 or 27. Problem. Actually, that DK is one where the computer froze, so there's no time signature. And yes, I'm far enough ahead in DK 64 to be at number 27. Actually, I think if you go in with the numbered files, I'm probably up to like 32 or 35. So then, what I do, and this is the tricky part, I go in and I run a file called Windows Media Encoder. What Windows Media Encoder does is it changes any media file, any video file, into a WMV file. And it allows you to crop videos and then stretch them back out and things like that. But the problem is it doesn't do any of that with nice little point-and-click interface. What it does is it asks you, and here we go. So like what we'll go is we'll go to Open. Okay. I know I'm doing this I should be doing this with Fraps or something, but I don't use Fraps, and I don't even have it installed. I wouldn't even know where to begin. So, what I do is I go in, I have, as you can see, I have preset things for each of my games. So, like, this is the thing that I've developed to crop Donkey Kong videos. And this is the one for the 1,000-Year Door. So, if I open that, what it'll do is it'll show me the last thing that I did, which is DK23, and it shows where they go. It shows where they, it's a program. It's a big, empty, ugly program. And then what you do is you go to Properties, you change your source to what you want, which it'll allow you to browse. So we would find DK24 because 23 is the last one we did. And you go to Output, and you want to change that as well. Output. I should show that. See, there's sources, output. Then you go to compression, and what you want to do is you change custom to file download. See, file download. There you go. And then it gives you all of these options. You go to, you don't want high definition quality video. You actually want DVD quality video, 1 mega whatever per second, VBR. And then we go to high definition quality audio, and you want to change that to CD quality audio CBR, because there's a bug in this program, and if you run with a VBR kind of audio, I don't know what that means, by the way, but if you run with that, it'll freeze. Like 1 out of every 3 times, it'll just freeze, and you have to start over. And you don't want that. So then the last thing you have to do is you have to go to video size, and this is where I keep formatted stuff. See, like my crops for Donkey Kong are, I take 24 pixels off the top, 24 off the bottom, 48 off the left, and 40 off the right. And then you go to width down here, and you change it to 780, and that's the widescreen. 780 by 480 is the approximate widescreen that I've figured out works best for stretching the video. And you change that, and then you apply and hit start encoding, and it'll go through the video at half speed, and then it goes through the, or at double speed, and then it goes through the video at half speed, and then you're done. I can help anybody with settings on those things if anybody needs it. But that's what I use, because essentially Windows Media Encoder is a free program from Microsoft that I use, and it's, you know, it's cheap and it's easy. I figured it out, so why would I use anything else, really, when it comes down to it? Other than that, I don't really, because then I have WMV files. I plug them into Windows Movie Maker with my WavePad files. WavePad is also a free program for recording your voice. Here, by the way, I should probably show this for the sake of, I'm going to get up and I'm going to show it to you on the seat of my chair, or that's not going to work, is it? I will show it to you right by the computer screen here. This is the headset I use. It is a crappy headset that I bought from Best Buy for $20. It has a microphone right on the side here, you see. There's our microphone that I can bend away or towards my face. So, other than that, that is pretty much my process. A lot of it is automatic. A lot of it is just plugging things in to Windows Media Encoder and then leaving the room and doing other stuff. I should say that I don't have anything hooked up for this, but I use the Easy Grabber utility for my capture card. Like, there's a whole program that comes with it that involves video editing and stuff like that. I don't do that. I just pull stuff off the video grabber, which is this little box that appears on the screen. So as you can see, if you're panning back, my TV is right behind this. So see, then I've got the little window running, and I can watch stuff, like occasionally glance, and play video games. So that's my setup. In a nutshell, that is everything that I have set up. So I'm sorry about the shaky video. I'm sorry about the fact that I haven't used my camcorder in a long time, so this is weird. This is very out of character for me to make a video like this. I don't usually do that. Aside from that, I don't really have much to say about the kind of process of capturing my video, because that's it. So you guys take care, and bye everybody.